Okay, we're recording, and I'm just going to move that over there, and that's the preview, and we're going live. Oh, there's a 20-second delay as well, so that you know. And I'll bring up my Spotify so that I can turn it down. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm just going to move you over, everybody. Hi, I'm hoping that you can hear music playing, and I hope it's I Feel Like a Natural Woman. Have we hit there yet? Edit, have we hit Feel Like a Natural Woman?
I can't hear it now, but it could be because of, I don't know, our technology. But I can hear you.
Can you hear it? I thought I'd give you a bit of Natural Woman this morning instead of me singing. So there we go. There's a bit for you. Has it hit Feel Like a Natural Woman yet? Here we go. Done. Okay, enough of that. I'm back, said Jack. Raring to go. We had the lovely Michelle Finn yesterday and the wonderful Eileen Scullion. Apologies for all the technology issues that happened. I'm really sorry. I'm learning. It's, you know, stick with me. We'll get there. So today, I'm so excited. Look, I've got my rhythm going as well. We're going to speak to Edith Horvath, who is a yoga specialist. Edith and I go back actually 7 years, I think it is now, because my son's 7, yes, 6.5, so it would be 7, well, more, but anyhow. Edith's originally from Hungary, and she has been practicing yoga since she was 11 years old, which is pretty amazing if you ask me. And she's trained in lots of countries. And what else? Oh, she's just amazing, because I have experienced how amazing she is, let me tell you. So without further ado, let's say hello, a very warm welcome to Edith. Hello, good morning. It's wonderful to be here, and I sneaked in a little bit last night and yesterday morning to hear some of the others, and it's amazing to be in a lineup of these experts. These women who know so much about certain aspects of menopause, perimenopause, as well as overall concentrating on women's life and women's life stages. And of course, being a yoga teacher, it is so important for me to have the tools of yoga. And having done, as you said, Jeanette, yoga sort of from early years, and going through the different stages and lifestyles of being a woman, I can really see how yoga and certain practices of yoga can be essential and very useful for us, especially these times of weird and wonderful changes, and not just individual sort of changes of going into perimenopause or menopause, but what's going on in the world. That adds the extra stress and pressure on us, which of course not helpful when you are in menopause or perimenopause with all those horrible symptoms. Oh, absolutely. So, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the symptoms, because there's plenty of them. You know, what do you think? Tell me.
Well, what I find that a lot of women who enter in that perimenopausal stage get the mood swings when they feel up and down. Some of them start to have hot flushes, and what's interesting, or flashes, you know, depends on which part of the world you are. I remember when I got into that first perimenopausal phase, and I was in a very hot country at the time, and I thought, this is really hot here, I need more of the aircon on.
So I totally ignored the fact that this could be a perimenopausal symptom. So some of us totally ignorant of the fact that actually this could be a beginning of that time of our lives where we have, you know, the hot flushes, the night sweats, you know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, drenched or just feeling really, really hot. And of course, some of the aches and pains, sort of the joints feel a little bit funny, maybe a little bit more tired around sort of certain parts of the body without any real sort of reason of why. And of course, it affects our relationship, potentially our sexual lives, and the libido could sort of go a little bit lower or disappear. So I thought these are the main ones: fatigue, headaches, insomnia. Those all sort of, you know, get mixed up in this. But these are the symptoms what a lot of women talk about, and I offer yoga and certain types of practices in yoga to help to alleviate these symptoms.
Yeah. So there are so many different types of yoga, as we know, and you're going to talk about. But I, you know, as I said before, I've been lucky enough to have participated in your prenatal yoga classes, which I absolutely loved. I honestly, it was my highlight every week. Oh, I'm going to go and see Edit and do some yoga. But I have to say, and I've told everybody before that before I came and did that, every time I did yoga, I just spent the whole time laughing, because I would think, this is the funniest thing. I'm in the most bizarre position. What am I doing? And just laugh the whole way through it. And I think the teachers were always like, get her out. I mean, will you be serious? And then again, I think I was a bit naughty in your class, wasn't I? With I can't remember.
That's good.
We were like, anyhow. So
right. I'm really pleased you mentioned the class when you were pregnant, because different stages of women's lives, we need different style and different type of yoga. So when we are pregnant, our bellies are growing, we are growing a new person. We need to have different style of yoga. More open, you know, allowing the joints to open up. Of course, at the end, you know, when you have your baby, again, we need to change our yoga practice to make sure that you take care of your body, you nurture your body after, you know, carrying a baby and then taking care of a baby. And that's the same thing in perimenopause and menopause. Of course, and we talked about the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause, you know, the hot flushes, the tiredness, the night sweats. These are things we need to take a really careful look at, because if you do certain types of yoga, for example, hot yoga or power yoga, where you build a vinyasa, you know, a strong vinyasa flow type of yoga, nothing wrong with them. But when you have a lot of excessive heat in the body because of the flushes, etc., and even the mood swings, when you have that anger rising, that's extra energy in the body. We don't want to add more to that energy. We want to calm it. We want to slow it. So during this time, when people are sort of perimenopausal or menopausal, it's much better to do more yin, slow, relaxing style of yoga, add more meditative movement, or even take some of the movement out so you are calm. Maybe utilizing some of the yoga breathing, again, to relax the body, to calm, to silence some of the craziness, both mentally as well as physically. So it's always better to listen to the body and think, okay, what would feel good for my body, how to move, what to do. So anything which is heat building and generating might not be the best ongoing practice. I'm not saying, you know, don't go at all to your power yoga class because that feels good and you feel really good after that. But balance it out with other practices to ensure that your body is calmer, your mind slows down. You can silence all that monkey mind of thinking about this at the same time. So maybe just change a little bit around the edges of your yoga practice, and not just yoga practice, because, you know, just because I'm a yoga teacher, it doesn't mean that all you have to do is yoga. You know, you might really enjoy running, but maybe do a little bit of power walking at times, not crazy sprinting. Again, just to take care of your body, just to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah. I love the way that you're saying about the mind as well, just because of what I do. But it's so right. That mind is so talking, everything's whizzing round. You know, I find it very hard. Well, I found it very hard when I was doing yoga to try and get my mind to just, because you do have to focus. So that's why it is great. And it's got that meditation factor about it.
Yeah. And remember, you know, when you do some of these practices, if it's unnatural for you, if you've never done it before, give yourself time and place to do it, and don't be judgmental just because, you know, other people could sit there for half an hour without moving, you know, their eyelashes even. It doesn't mean that that's for you. You know, there are other ways to meditate, the other ways to calm yourself. And we're going to do today a few practices which might resonate with some people a little bit better.
Excellent. I can't wait. So let's talk about the main reasons of doing yoga during the menopause.
Okay. The most important, I guess, is, and that's totally aligns with what you are doing, it's natural. It's a comprehensive natural remedy. You know, it helps both the body and the mind to calm, to relax. It helps a lot of the common symptoms and discomforts of menopause to reduce or even eliminate. So it's really a comprehensive, natural way to deal with these. We talked about how it can stabilize mood and reduce stress. And of course, you know, all of us have stresses in our lives. And it's not easy to sort of say, hey, time out from the world, but to have a couple of minutes to focus on ourselves and use some breathing techniques. And in Sanskrit, in yogic language, we call it pranayama. So it's different controlled breathing practices. And again, you know, don't think that, you know, it needs to be very complex. There are some really difficult ones, and probably some of you might have gone to a yoga class and you have to hold your breath and hold each, you know, nostrils this way or that way. And it's like, oh my God, you know, it's more stress than what I need to get rid of. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but a little bit of time to focus on the breath, a little bit of time to practice different ways of breathing will assist both the quality of sleep, the mood, and allowing our nervous system to sort of calm down a little bit. So what I thought we're going to do now is just do a little bit of simple belly breath. Some people call it diaphragmatic breathing, but all it is to make sure that your breath doesn't travel up in the upper chest. And when you see kids, especially young kids, when they are in that real, you know, stressful place, and even us, we start to hyperventilate. So we breathe here in the upper part of our lungs and our chest. And that is very shallow. So we need to turn it around and breathe into our tummies to ensure that our brain and our whole nervous system is full, that we are calm. And the more we do this, and we're going to do this now just for a minute or two to get the idea of what it feels like. So So sit comfortably. All of the little exercises we're going to do is seated, so you don't have to have a yoga mat. You don't have to, you know, put on stretchy clothes or anything like that.
Oh.
So, oh, I'm sorry. You can.
I've got dressed for the occasion. No, sorry.
All right. So put your hands on your tummy and the feet on the ground. So try not to cross your ankles or knees, and allow the shoulders to drop down. If you're not sure how to do that, first bring the shoulders to the ears and then slowly release them down, push them down, and then lean back on the chair, relax your body. If you want, you may want to close your eyes or lower the gaze. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to make faces. I'm just going to sit here and talk you through what to do. And start focusing on your breath. Breathe through the nose. Slowly in. Slowly out. And as you breathe, notice whether your hands are moving or not. At this stage, don't control it, just observe. You might find that maybe part of your hands moving. As you inhale, maybe a little bit lifting. And maybe falling, softening as you exhale. Now take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Come back to normal breath. Then start directing, guiding the breath into your tummy. So notice how you inhale, the belly expands just like a balloon. Then soften as you exhale. Keep breathing. You might want to deepen the breath into your tummy. Really feel how your tummy is pushing against your hands, and then allow it to soften, to relax. Do this a few more times. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Release the hands back down into your lap, onto the thighs. And open the eyes. So this is what we call simple belly breath. This allows the nervous system to calm down. So there was nothing difficult about it. Some of us find it at the beginning a little bit challenging to breathe into the tummy and expand the belly and then softening. But you could do this at the traffic light when you're waiting for the red to turn to green. And just to do maybe 30, 45 seconds of this belly breath. And that allows the whole nervous system, the whole body to calm down a little bit. You could do this any time of the day. You could do this. Nobody could see this. So you could concentrate on this type of breathing, this type of calming yogic practice, which will help you both with mood swings, with fatigue, because when we take deeper breaths, we have more oxygen flowing in the body.
Yeah.
When we have more oxygen in the body, we have more energy.
Exactly.
So it can help in a lot of different ways, but again, it's simple. So how was that for you?
Oh, I'm just in la la land at the moment. So lovely. I was actually like, do I have to open my eyes now? Of course I do, because I want to finish this, but oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, and it is so simple. It really is, because all we're doing is focusing on our breathing, and that's it.
Yeah.
And as you said, people don't need to know that you're doing it, because if you've got your eyes open, then who knows? Nobody.
Exactly.
It's great.
Exactly.
Sorry.
And you're doing yoga.
Yeah, amazing.
Wonderful. So really, some of these techniques are simple, straightforward, very useful. You could practice it several times a day. So it's not something which, you know, again, you have to put hours aside, you have to travel to a yoga studio, things like that. Again, I'm not against that. Go and find a really good yoga teacher, find something, but these are small little practices which will help you with the mood swings, overall mood, how to manage. So when you feel that mood coming on, just do a little bit of deep breath in your belly, and that will calm you down. It will help with stress. Another technique is your shavasana or corpse pose or relaxation. Of course, you cannot do that at the traffic light. Please don't do that. But before you would go to sleep, you know, have maybe 5 or 10 minutes of lying down and relaxation. Some of us are much better with some guided meditation or with some visualization. And again, you could find different apps for that on your phone or on YouTube. But what I thought I'm going to do here and now is just do a really short body scan relaxation, which is a type of visualization, how we could relax our bodies. And again, we could do this through the day. It takes a little bit longer than the breathing, but you could do this in the evening or anytime you have a little bit more time than have just the breathing techniques to allow the whole of the body to relax, and especially your muscles, your joints, to take cues from your brain, how to release some of the tension we build up. Because a lot of us carry a lot of tension on our shoulders, and a lot of us do this because we can't. Exactly.
Yeah.
So is that all right if I do a little bit of this body scan visualization?
Yeah, absolutely. I just have to say, it's so funny. Straight away, I'm thinking, oh my God, sit up. I need to sit up. I need to sit up. Stop slouching.
But it's awareness. And the first step of making a change is be aware of where you hold tension in the body, where you hold stress. And then you can focus on the breath there. You could start physically relaxing it, sitting differently, moving slightly differently. And that is a major part of yoga, is being aware of where you are, how you do things.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yay.
So,
let's do
this. So again, sit comfortably, lean back on the chair, hands either on the thighs resting or in your lap, making sure that your shoulders relax. And you may want to move your head a little bit to make sure that your head is right in the middle. Then close the eyes, lower the gaze. And bringing the attention to the breath. Calm the breath. Relax the breath. Bring the awareness to the top of the head. Relax the skull. Smooth the forehead. Soften the muscles around the eyes. Release the jaws. Soften the muscles of the face. Relax the neck. Release the shoulders. Soften the upper arms. Release the elbows. Soften the lower arms. Relax the wrists. Release the fingers. The arms feel heavy. Relax the upper back. Relax the middle back. Relax the lower back. The spine is soft, relaxed. Soften the chest. Release the rib cage. Soften the tummy. Release the hips. Relax the thighs. Soften the knees. Release the calves. Relax the ankles. Relax the toes. The legs melt away. The whole body is resting. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Return to normal breath. Then slowly open the eyes, coming back to this space, to this room, to this world.
That was amazing.
So again, this is not rocket science.
No.
This is simple. And the whole thing was around 3.5, 4 minutes. Of course, you could make it longer. You could take it slower. You could focus on more and different parts of the body. But this is something which really, really quickly you allow the whole system, your mind, your physical body, the different muscles to soften, to relax, to ground yourself. And that's what we need when we have those energies in our bodies, which create the hot flushes, the mood swings, all those sort of unwanted, difficult symptoms.
Oh, sorry. It's absolutely wonderful. I accidentally pressed the button. My thumb was there and I pressed it. I didn't even realise. Sorry. That was wonderful. I'm in La La Land. I'm just like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Sorry.
Well, the other aspect around this is when you consistently practice some of these sort of gentle, slow yoga, it reduces blood pressure. And of course, as we go into perimenopause and menopause, high blood pressure could be an issue. So a consistent, traditionally used yoga can be a really good antidote to high blood pressure and some of those peaks of our moods, of our symptoms. So it helps, the extra oxygen flow in the body, the blood flow, and that is helpful for all these aspects.
Absolutely. Yeah. Would you like to just tell us a bit about some poses?
Well, what I thought we'll do is, because another area where women talk about issues is their joint health. Sometimes they talk about, it's just a bit sore or a little bit stiff. So some of these things can be issue
with flexibility. And again, I'm not gonna get people to do crazy poses. You know, it's important to both strengthen joints
Sorry, strike a pose.
as well as to rotate. So what I'd like to do is, this is the last bit when we actually gonna do some activity, but I'd like to do some sequence, especially for our neck and shoulder joints, as well as a little bit of the wrist joints, just to show, you know, how important it is for gently and softly move the body. So again, just sit comfortably, make sure that you know, both sits bones are on the chair, on the floor, if you're sitting on the floor. And slowly start moving your head side to side. And just really start feeling the weight of your head. You might notice that one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. And then hold whichever side your head is on and drop the shoulders down. Now keep tilting your head and move your head a little bit forwards and backwards. Notice the sensations there. Not rushing it, the slower the better. Then bring the head slowly back to the middle. Stay in the middle for a breath. Allow two sides to even out. Then tilt your head to the other side. And again, just feel the weight of your head pulling and stretching the other side of your neck, your shoulder. Again, relax your shoulders actively down. And then move the head a little bit forwards and backwards again. Moving slowly. Noticing the different ways the body's responding. Then with the next inhale, bring the head back to the middle. Again, settle in the middle, even out the two sides. Then start moving the head gently forwards and backwards. You will start noticing how the front of your neck stretch. Then when you bring the chin to chest, how the back of your neck stretch. Not rushing. And then slowly, when you bring the chin to chest next time, hold it there. Again, drop the shoulders down a little bit more. And again, move your head a little bit side to side. You will notice the different stretch, the different sensations in your neck and even in your shoulder. Then bring the head back to the middle and slowly lift your head, bringing the chin towards the sky. And again, move the head a tiny bit left to right. It's a small movement. Then bring the head back to the middle. Bring the head back to neutral. Again, neutralize. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, bring the chin to chest and rotate your head. Moving slowly. Moving mindfully. Observe every little movement you make. Then change the direction of the rotation. One more circle. Then when you finish the next circle, bring the head back to the middle. Again, stay there for a breath. And with the next inhale, bring both shoulders to the ears. Then soften them down, push them down.
Inhale, bring both shoulders to the ears. Soften them down, push them all the way down. We'll do this once more. Inhale, bring both shoulders to the ears. You may hold it a little bit longer. Then soften them down, push them down, then circle the shoulders. Beautiful. Change the direction of the rotation. Then relax the shoulders down and bring the hands to a comfortable level and circle with your wrist. Again, slow it down and notice what you feel. Is it making crackly noises? Which hand, which wrist feels a little bit more restricted? And change the direction of the rotation. Then stretch the fingers wide. And fold the thumbs in for the fingers over strong boxing hands. Then stretch them wide. And shake it out. And up and down as well. Then release the hands down. And that's the end of a little bit of the joint rotations. So when we do this, our joints get a little bit more of the body fluids moving there, more oxygen. And it's because it's gentle movement, it's not weight-bearing movement. It's like giving more love, giving a little bit of loving attention to these joints. And of course, in a full yoga practice, you could do all the joints in the body. So it could be your hips, could be your knees, could be the ankles, and all these places. And we all know which part of our bodies need a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. To focus on these. And some of these things, again, you don't have to have, you know, the full beautiful, you know, yoga clothes to do this. You could do some of the joint rotations while watching, you know, your favorite program, and just move it a little bit to give it a little bit of gentle rotation movement. I highly recommend these because the earlier we start taking care of our joints, the more likely that you don't have to deal with them in any more serious ways.
Oh, absolutely. That was amazing. Honestly, I'm going to walk away just floating.
Oh, so some of these can help with fatigue and especially with consistent practice, it will really help to energize you as well, because you have that nice sort of relaxed feeling. But because of that, you are facing the world, facing your task list with a lot more ease, rather than, oh my God, you know, I have to do this and I'm feeling tired and all I want to do is, you know, go to bed and eat cookies, which is probably not the best thing to do.
Which is nice sometimes, but yeah. Only joking. Yes, no, absolutely. Wow, that was, look, I can't even speak. I'm just, honestly, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm just going to throw it out there while we're just wrapping up, but any questions? I'll just grab this one so that I can see if they come through. If anyone's got any questions for Edith, please put them down now, and we'll see what comes up. While they're doing that, while we're waiting, would you like to just talk about, you've got an offer?
Well, before that, I do have an offer.
There's more, but wait.
There are a couple of more things I wanted to quickly address. We have a little bit more time?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, everyone. Stop.
Because hot flushes, as well as some of the difficulty with lower libido, can be again addressed with some yoga poses. And we're not going to do a full yoga class here now. But in the yogic philosophy, the excessive pitta, the excessive fire in the body, is what we need to balance out when we have hot flushes or the night sweats. So to release that energy, we need to sort of have slow and maybe even a rhythmic way of movement. So some of the most suited poses are the forward folds. When you bend forward, and that could be both seated as well as standing, folding forward, because again, that's calming, that's reducing the fire in the body. The butterfly, when you have your knees on either side and the soles of your feet together. Again,
that's
having
my favorite one. My favorite one. Sorry.
When you are sitting in, again, don't force anything. Just allow gravity, the weight of your head, to pull you forward. Having downward facing dog, very sort of famous yoga pose. Again, careful with your wrist. If you find it difficult to hold your weight, go down onto your lower arms and hold it that way, or hold it for a shorter period of time. The triangle pose, the bridge pose, when you're lifting your hips up, lying down on your back, those are again calming poses you may want to do. Another one, which again, a very famous one, is having your legs up the wall. So having your hips against the wall, straight or slightly bent, or even just lying on the floor and putting your legs up on the top of the couch, or lifting your feet a little bit up. So the blood drains from your legs, and giving a little bit of an extra way to relax the body are wonderful and specifics for especially the heat rising, the hot flushes. So those are quite important, and I will be able to send you these lists of poses if the women are interested in that.
Yeah.
Parallel with this, when women feel that their sex drive, their libido may be wavering a little bit, and that's not unusual, especially when we feel fatigued and tired and sweaty. Yeah. The last thing we want is big cuddles and amazing sex life. So focusing on poses which are focused on the core and the pelvic area, again, can help the blood flow there, and that in return will assist with libido. And remember, yoga is a balanced way of both mind, body, exercise, focus, breathing, meditation. So when we are balancing all these things out, our drive, our attention to ourselves and our partner might be a little bit better, and it can help to increase one's libido. So giving you a few poses again around this can be useful. And one is the cat-cow, when we are all fours and moving the spine slowly from extension to the opposite. So moving the spine and allowing the whole of the torso to move slowly and gently from one to the other. Again, bridge pose, when we are lifting the hips, lifting while lying on our backs. Happy baby pose, when you are lying on your back and holding onto your ankles and allowing the body to swing a little bit left and right. That's a lovely opening, and focusing again the opening of the pelvis and focusing on more movement around that. Again, forward fold, especially with the seated with the legs wide open, folding forward, bowing forward, seated. That could be a wonderful one. The pigeon pose, again, I can send you a list of these, and then people could look these up. Child's pose, again, that opening the hips and resting in child's pose, allowing the forehead to rest either on the hands or on a block, and relaxing and breathing into the pelvic area can assist as well. And of course, Shavasana, the corpse pose, when we're relaxed, allowing the whole of the body to soften and gather the energies that is again extremely helpful for these areas. And of course, when you feel pleasure in your own body, when you feel that your body's relaxed, a lot more likely that you want to receive another one in that space.
Yeah, amazing. That would be wonderful if you could send some of the pictures of the poses. That'd be great. What was the one that you said, it's not the baby pose, the one that child pose. I love that one as well. Yeah,
that's a really nice one. And some people really like the knees together, but I really believe when you can open up the knees slightly, allowing the lower back to lengthen a little bit, that can be very useful for most of us.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. I'm going to go away and do some now. I don't see any questions, and I apologize if they are and I've missed them. So sorry that I skipped before, but going back, would you like to just talk about your offer?
Yes, I'm putting together a 6 weeks program focusing on perimenopause and menopause, and how some of these practices can be really useful for this. I'm still developing this, so it's not available just yet, but I will offer $50 off the 60 weeks program. I'm sure that you will have contact details for the women who are interested. So when I have this together, which will be a few more weeks, because we are sort of technology is one of the areas we need to sort of work through. But when we release this, all these comeback queens will have $50 off for this program.
Fantastic. Technology, yep.
And then you think, oh, it must be so easy to do this, and you realize, oh my God, you have to do this, and it's like, oh.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm not a social media guru, computer guru, technical guru. So I apologize profusely when it comes to all of that.
That's right.
I need a 10-year-old to come and do it for me, really.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh dear. Anyhow, the other thing I was just going to say is that everything goes into the group. So the offer will go in there, everything. Any questions, please put them in the group, because Edit will go in and answer them for you. So feel free to write as many as you want, and she'll keep popping in and having a look as well.
And if people want to private message me, because it's a very private sort of type of question, because some women do have quite specific symptoms which they might not want to share in the group. I'm happy to have a private message, and as long as people don't require me to write a book, I will send some ideas back for them.
Excellent. I'll put all your website contact details in the group as well, so everyone and everybody's, actually I'll put everybody's in there for everybody. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did, and I hope you're feeling as la as me, and that you're going to go out there and practice them, because wow, they're just, what a great way to spend your day, just doing that and feeling la. Hooray. And Edit, I can't thank you enough for joining us and being part of this. It's been fantastic. But you haven't seen the last of Edit, because she will be back again. This is a woman of many talents, let me tell you. So she'll be back again on Friday, where we're going to be talking about sexology. I love that word, so I'm just wanting to say it, sexology. But it's not all just about sex. There's a lot more to it, hey? So I can't wait again to speak to you and to find out all about it. And thank you again, and have a lovely day.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. We'll see you all tomorrow, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow, but I'll see you in the group. Okay, bye. Oh, I'm just going to end it if I can. Hang on, everybody. You're going to just still keep seeing me for a minute. Woo. End.